understand it. Honestly, mystery is the ignorance that we have about a particular thing. We don't know the fullness of God, so we say God is mysterious. Once you are aware, once you have knowledge about that particular thing, it ceases to be a mystery. Second, you will see all sorts of things. And this is what people do. This is what everyone knows about. So I appreciate the audacity of your parents in the Lord to bring this to the forefront and say, let's talk about it. I am so excited about it. And I'm going to be talking in the context of marriage. But I have a lot to share with the singles. Hear me, marriage is many things to many people. To some people, marriage is just a sex platform. Let's just have sex. Some people, marriage is a forum for childbearing and child rearing. For some people, marriage is a necessary evil. To some other people, it is a contract. But marriage is beyond all these things. Even though it may include all these things, it is a covenant relationship between two mature people, man and woman. Not man and man, not woman and woman, according to the Bible. By God's grace, I've written and published 105 books. My books are on Amazon. There's a book that I wrote. It took me 4 years to write that book. Marriage is for destiny. You might want to get it. In that book, one of the chapters deals with the 7 wrong reasons why people get married. One lady walked up to me in my office some time ago, and then she said, "Woman of God, I want you to pray for me." I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "I just had a baby 3 days ago." Then she removed her scarf and said, "I slept. And when I woke up, a part of my hair had been shaved off." I said, "But were you not sleeping in the same room with your husband?" She said, "No." I said, "You look young. How old are you?" She said, 27. "So why don't you sleep in the same room with your husband? You just had a baby. That's your first baby." She says, "My husband is 67. I'm 27. My father gave me to him as a gift." So the man has lived his life. He's almost close to the grave. And then he's living the daughter's life for her. And this is the reason why some people go into marriage. He's handsome. He's cute. She's wonderful. So let's get married so we can have sex. Marriage is beyond sex. If you compute the hours you spend having sex in marriage, it's less than, in 24 hours. Put it together. It's less than 1 hour. So if you go into marriage just because of sex, you have failed before you even began. Let's change the perspective today and look at the way God wants us to live our lives. To a man, sex is an end. To a woman, sex is a means to an end. When a man has sex with you, he feels that he has conquered you. When a woman has sex with you, she feels she owns you. That's why you must be careful who you allow to come into that space of your life. You must be disciplined enough to choose who you allow, because do you know that psychologists have now discovered that when you have sex with someone for the next 15 years, every good thing, every evil thing, every curse, every negative thing in that person's life is likely to be present. If she's going to have a boy, the right hemisphere, something happens to it. If she's going to have a girl in the 29th week of the pregnancy, and you can Google this, it's a medical fact, nothing happens. So a man thinks with only one side of his brain. Functionally, I'm going to explain to you. But a woman thinks with both sides of her brain. Medical science. Medical fact. That is the reason why a man thinks deeper. And a woman thinks faster. A man will consider the pro and the con. If we go and fight with our neighbor now, we will look. A woman is saying, let's go and fight. It doesn't matter. We will leave this house. She doesn't know where she will park to. We will leave this house. Now, who is the landlord? The man is thinking, because the man has enough space to think. The man is not inferior. He's not superior. The woman is not inferior. She's not. You are just different. So understand, a man thinks deep. A woman thinks fast. That is the reason, because a woman uses both hemispheres, the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere of her brain. That is why a woman can multitask. A woman can do many things at the same time. As a man, let your wife just leave the baby or the babies with you for 3 hours. Let her go to the markets. And as soon as she leaves, the toddler begins to cry. The baby begins to cry. You know, that one poo-poos and the doorbell rings. And the gas is burning. The first thing the man is likely to do is go to the window to see if the woman is already coming. But excuse me, this is what a woman does every day. She answers the telephone, she cuddles the baby, she cleans the toddler, she uses her wrapper to remove what is on the fire, she goes to the door, and then she says, excuse me, I'm coming. She manages it. Because the way she's wired, she juggles. She uses both sides of her brain. When a man is driving and you are talking to him, you want him to do something, he unconsciously removes his leg from the pedal. Because a man can do one thing at a time. Most men. It's the way they are wired. We're different in the way we think. A man is thinking, I'm 35, I'm 40, I'm 50. I don't have a house, or I don't have a second house. The woman is thinking, Christmas is coming, what shall we wear? They are not inferior. Both of you are good. Both of you are needed. Both of you are necessary. I'm taking you on this journey so you will understand why we behave the way we behave when it comes to sex. We are different. We're different. If a man is as short as a bottle, if he beats you, you will need Panadol Extra to wake up. That's the way we are made. We are also different in our sex life. A man's sex life is like a piece of paper that catches fire. Pum, 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 pum. The fire is done. He has discharged. In fact, the next thing is he starts to snore. Mission accomplished. A woman's sex life is like charcoal. You have to fan and fan and fan to flame. But when she catches fire, it takes time for her. That's why she needs before play and after play. That's why your wife is complaining. Why are you always sleeping when I still need you? Why is it only 1 minute? Why? Because it took her time to get to that plateau. And then you just abandoned her there and you are sleeping. Sex. We're different. You know why we're different in that area of our lives? Because a man's life can be departmentalized. This is sex. This is business. This is church. This is ministry. This is that. A woman's life is not departmentalized. A woman's life is like the hub of a wheel. You know that bicycle? Everything is connected. In fact, if you want to sleep with your wife at 9 p.m., you must start preparing her at 6 a.m. when you wake up. Because if anything goes wrong before 9 p.m., everything is connected. So you will hear her say, what's wrong? Nothing. When your wife says nothing, there is something. Are you okay? Yes, because a woman carries her problem everywhere. Dear Lord, I bring you this problem. Jehovah, I surrender all to you. Lord, please, I thank you because you will do it. In Jesus' name, amen. As soon as she stands up, she carries it. And the angels are looking for the problem. Madam has carried it. And then she begins to transfer the aggression. What What did you say? Don't leave me alone. No, leave me. So you're wondering what happened. She says, you remember when you shouted at me in the bathroom? You think I didn't notice? I just kept quiet. Oh. Remember when your cousin was there and you see a woman? That is who she is. If you don't have this understanding, it will affect your understanding of sex. What's wrong with you? You're always complaining. In fact, one man sent a mail to me one day. I was in England. He said, "Ma'am, please, ma, as you are going to preach, I know you don't have anything to say about it, but please mention this. Anytime I want to touch my wife, she will be praying in tongues." Everything affects a woman. Therefore, everything affects her sex life. Maybe she has a problem, so she's binding and loosening and and all. And you're wondering, why is it? Some women, they've been raped before. So they have this perception about sex that is very wrong. Because a woman's life is not departmentalized. And if you're not careful, she brings it into marriage and she becomes frigid. And you're wondering, why it's only missionary style. Are you done? Have you finished? Souls are perishing. I know you're all mature, so I can say all these things that I'm saying, So, and you wonder, the man wants you to explore. The man wants this. The man wants that. Sometimes, if you don't deal with your past, it affects you. Let me make you laugh. About 1 month after we got married, I will wake up and quickly, if I wanted to make love with my husband, I must tell him, please switch off the light, switch off the light. I cannot, how can a man just be touching you like this? Then I will quickly go to the bathroom. I will shower then. When I come to the room, I will put a towel around my body and be creaming my body. One day my husband removed. I said, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it at all. I don't like. He said, but we are married. I said, I know, but because where I'm coming from, that's not it. So I had to grow. Some of the men, you are not patient with your wives, and then you're wondering why this happens in marriage. Let me quickly run you through the anatomy of a man and the anatomy. You know what I mean by anatomy? Let's dissect. Let's begin with the woman. Genesis, God is amazing. Genesis chapter 2, you see how he created us. He created the man from the dust, but search it very well. God created the woman from a finished product. He created the man from the raw product. But he created the woman from the finished product. He took out of what he did. So if you think your wife she's too touche, she's this, she's that, it's not her fault. It's Genesis chapter 2. She was taken from a finished product. So let's look at the anatomy of a woman. Number 1, a woman is likely to misbehave when she experiences emotional deficit. Those of you that are not yet married, I want to build on what your father in the Lord and Pastor Kingsley, did already. They must have done some foundational. That's why I'm taking it to this level. See, I have left a lot in my notes. I don't want to go from the beginning again. So let's look at this. Even if you are not married, this that we are exposing you to will help you. Because awareness is the highest form of light. My people are destroyed for lack of awareness. Not for lack of prayer and fasting, but for lack of awareness, for lack of knowledge. This will help you. Before I got married, I read almost 100 books on marriage. I didn't even know that I would be called to ministry to families. So it's important for you to build this and keep it. Because life is going to ask you questions. 1 Samuel chapter 17, the last verse. Saul said, whose son is this? Life will always ask you questions. Ruth, chapter 3. The same thing, Boaz said, whose damsel is this? Life will always ask you questions. So when you have this loaded, it will show if you have the answers. So a woman is likely to misbehave when she experiences an emotional deficit. A woman is a multiplier. God gave her the womb. The womb is not only for carrying babies. Whatever you give a woman, she multiplies back to you. So if her emotional bank is in deficit, she will not give you correct sex. And I'm speaking in the context of marriage. If you are not yet married, let me give you a motherly advice. And if the men hear me well, let the women hear me doubly. When fornication takes place, it is the lady that loses more. Because a part of you goes with that man irretraceably and irrevocably. You don't want to do that. The Bible says the heart of man is wicked, not the heart of woman. When a man has seen it all, he has nothing to look forward to, because every man is a hunter. So when you give it to him on the platter of gold, you lose your dignity. It does not matter what goes on social media. The fact that it is popular does not mean it is right. Keep your dignity. Even if you lost your virginity before you met Jesus, must you continue to lose it? Keep your dignity. Any man that cannot wait till he puts a ring on your finger is a bicycle. Wait for your Bentley. True love waits. Because let me tell you the truth. In the reality of marriage, I've been married 38 years. There are times when it is not sex. Every marriage goes through 5 stages. I have in my notes. The final stage of every marriage is called the gracious stage. And that can take years. Each of you, you've gone, you've conquered, you are successful, you come together. There's a stage in marriage that is called I am not a fool stage. I have everything in my notes. A time comes when it is not sex that sustains your marriage, it is friendship. Friendship. It is friendship, not even commitment. Any of us can slide. It is friendship. Marry your friend. Marry your friend. Who is a friend? Someone that knows where you stink and yet is faithful. Marry your friend. Someone before whom you can be vulnerable. Marry your friend. It's not every time you feel like having sex. It's not every time you feel like praying. It's not every time you feel like praising God. It's not every time. There are different types of you. There is the untouched side of you. There is the touched side of you, the one that goes to the office, all made up. Everything is looking. That's why you cannot live your life based on social media. Those people that snap and they show you, if the camera should flip, and you see the other side of their room, you will never pray to look like them. Marry your friend. It's a huge advice. And don't sleep with everything that you see. Every man that comes your way, you must sleep with him. Sex is not an end in itself. The anatomy of a woman. She misbehaves when her emotional bank is empty. So you must learn to continue to make deposits in your wife's emotional bank so you can be able to withdraw. Different ways of making deposits that I don't have the time. A touch. Public display of affection. Sometimes I want to preach. My husband is about introducing me and then he's saying some good things about me. I will stay there because I want him to say more. And I'll be looking for what is not lost in my bag. And I'm saying, continue, continue. Let's welcome my wife. She's the first lady. He's depositing something in my emotional bank. You cannot just be telling your wife, are you the first person to be pregnant? Stand up, my friend. I come against every demon. There's no demon. It's your spam. When last? Let me see. So I can know how to manage my time. How many of you are married here, please? Okay. So I'm going to address singles more then. Yes. But you two get this. So you must learn to deposit in the emotional bank of your wife. I need to run because of the singles. Number 2, I'm analyzing a woman. A woman remembers the now blessing. So it is wise for you to spread the blessing. If you give your wife 10 million now, she will thank you and thank you and thank you. In 1 week, in 1 month, she's forgetting. I say, I don't even know what is going on in this house. She prefers that you give her consistently. Consistently, not just once in a while. It's good for the once in a while to come. I'm telling you all this. You want to enjoy sex in marriage. Understand this. It will help you. Why is she always misbehaving? This is it. Number 3, I've told you a woman is a multiplier, so be careful what you sow. Number 4, a woman responds more to words, so watch what you say. A woman responds to words. If you say, when I say you are beautiful, oh God, you see her at the bus stop, she'll be doing, for 3 days, she's still thinking, a man said to me, I'm beautiful, and I didn't get his number. Men don't care whether I tell him he's handsome or not. That's not his business. It's going on. That's a woman. Number 5, you can win an argument with a woman, but you cannot win the war. I'm not going to be explaining so much because of time. Number 6, there is nothing a woman cannot get from a man using her various skills. Body, emotions, persuasion, manipulation, sex, lullaby, praise. Number 7, every woman is security conscious. You want to have sex with your wife. She's asking you, did you lock the door? The man says, yes, I locked it. The woman will say, go and check again. And men can do anything at that moment. The man will stand up again, go and check. Say, I told you that I locked it. I want to drink water. He will ask you, is it cold or room temperature? And some women can be manipulative. Number 8, she speaks more words than men. Psychologists have discovered that a man speaks an average of 25,000 words per day. I'm not speaking about preachers because, they have to speak. Averagely, 25,000 words per day. A woman speaks an average of 250,000 words per day. And I believe the psychologists because in Genesis chapter 3, when the devil approached Eve, the serpent spoke 14 words. Eve replied with 44. Go and count it. King James's version. Has God said 14 words? Madam replied with 44. Number 9. A woman remembers details more often than men. Yes. Your cousin was standing like this. She just faced like this. She just turned in front of a woman. When I was going, I saw something. The man is a headliner. He will tell you, so-and-so said I should greet you. Simple. The woman wants to tell you, so-and-so said I should greet you. You will say, when I first left, I forgot the car key. I came back. Then I peed and the gate man, Moshe and Horn, I was just, open now. She just wants to tell you that I saw Reverend Charles and he said I should greet you. A man will tell you that he said I should greet you. Simple. So you're wondering, sometimes I ask my husband, is that all? 3 hours of discussion. Yeah, he said, that's the point. That's the point. It used to annoy me, but now I have come to understand that it's a man thing. Number 10, a woman is more romantic. So she wants you to touch her. She wants you to say, I love you. But I love you now. If I didn't love you, I would not marry you. That's not a woman. You must understand. She wants to hear it every time. She wants you to pull the duvet over her before she sleeps. She wants you to kiss her forehead. Marriage is hard work. Hard work. It's not for boys and girls. Some people may not make heaven because of marriage. Because there is no institution where your patience is tried like marriage. When you get married, you move from patience to long suffering. From long suffering to endurance. Marriage. Number 11, a woman is more or is a better organizer. It doesn't mean that 100%. There are some men that this will fit. But I'm just saying, and we're talking about sex. Because sometimes you wonder, why is it that you're not enjoying your sex? Because of these things. When these things are not in place, that 5 minutes of enjoyment can be a mess. You need to understand this. Women, number 12, take care of their parents more than men. Daughters are forever. Even when they leave their parents don't leave their hearts. Have you ever seen a man crying on the engagement day? I'm going to marry now. No. It's only women. The man is too much in a hurry to fly and enjoy himself. So, that's what happens. Men plan around their immediate family. Women include their parents in the budget. They even take from the man to give their parents. If these things are in place, it will help your sex life. I'm telling you. So let me pause and speak about the men. Before I now share something with you that I want us to pray about. The anatomy of the man. Number 1, a man is wired to be rational. So, say your husband, well, I don't understand. You're always overthinking something. That's the man. They are rational. Because they have space in their brain to think about this thing. Let me go on. Number 2, a man is not easily moved or persuaded. He needs proof or evidence. Why should I do it? Go to many churches where they must see the prophet and carry this and carry that. It's women. Plenty. Go to any church and then they say, we are praying for our parents. We are praying for our children. You see the woman carry pictures. Lifting it. You will hardly find a man's family picture in his wallet. Men, they're different. Men don't flock. When the woman says, I want to use the bathroom, 3 women will follow her. You will never find a man say, follow me to go and pee. Say, what's wrong with me? I can't. Men are rational and they are not easily moved or persuaded. Number 3, men are egotistical. Every man is. No matter how anointed, he will defend it with his life, his ego. A man will tell you, I cannot say because I want to eat meat, be calling or be prostrating for cow. I'd rather die as a poor person. They have it. And they will not want you. No man will want you to touch that area. If you're in marriage, you must learn to respect that. Number 4, men are few words. So understand when the man speaks. Number 5, men are risk takers. They are risk takers. One day I sat in the living room a few years ago and my 2 sons slotted in a tape, a video, and I was watching. I had to wipe what is this? They both went to the US and they went to skydive. As I was watching, I was crying. They said, but mommy, we are here. I said, you did this? Jesus, you want to kill me. Said, mommy, but we went and we are back. We are here sitting beside you. I'd forgotten that they were even sitting beside me. See my life, God, see my life. Men are risk takers. Small, big, we'll do it with the mommy, no problem. The wife will be saying, hey, consider it. Say, don't worry. We thank God for them. But sometimes it's good for you to listen to your wife. Number 6. They have the tendency to be domineering and independent. Men can be territorial. Don't touch my wife. You don't talk, Number 8. When they are broke, it shows. And the man is broke, it shows. God. You see, calm down. You don't tell me to calm down. Let me mention maybe 2 more. Number 9, they hate nagging. Men hate nagging. Tell him, give him your mind. But a man doesn't want to be nagging around me. Look at your life. Look at your parents. Look at your friend. I don't even understand this car. No, men don't like it. You want to enjoy your sex. Take note of these things. They may not look conventional, but they will help your sex life. You won't believe it. You will not believe it. Number 10. A man likes to be known and introduced by by his achievements. It's the truth. Because in the book of Genesis, chapter number 1, when the man was created, he opened his eyes and saw Job. Tend the garden, keep it. When the woman was created in Genesis chapter 2, she opened her eyes and saw relationship. Wow, this is the bone of my bone and the flesh of my soul. A woman is relational. Ask a woman, excuse me, can I meet you? I'm the wife of. Ask a man, the man will tell you, I'm the CEO of. That's who they are. And you need to understand it. Some of you that are married, just before I say a few things to the singles, some of you that are married men, please learn to remember that you wear many caps. You may be the general manager of MTN and the general manager of whatever. You are not the general manager of the universe. So when you get into your house, can you please take off that cap and be a husband? It is so sad that a lady sent a message to me, forwarded a message to me. The husband will say, come to my room for sex. Because he's the manager of, so you control everybody. Come to my room. Where's my food? It reduces you as a man. That's not how to be a man. That's not how to be a good man. And there's no way you can enjoy sex in marriage if you do that. Women, please listen to me. It doesn't matter whether I'm criticized or not. Truth is bitter. And pioneers are always first criticized, then acknowledged, then thanked, then copied. In 1903, the Wright brothers, they were bicycle repairers. When the entire world said no metal could fly in the air, for 15 seconds, they flew. The day they were going to fly, only 4 children and 2 adults showed up to mock them. They were the sons, the Wright brothers, were the sons of a reverend gentleman. When they made that announcement, their father, Reverend Wright, said, the 2 of you will rot in hell. Pioneers are always like that. The man that gave us the wireless telephone, when he first started, his friends, 4 of his friends, took him to a psychiatric hospital. Look at it today. Look at the majesty of the aviation industry today. Ladies, I said all that to say this. If the totality of your financial life depends on your husband, you're a colossal failure. Your husband is not El Shaddai, else he shall die. There is no man that can adequately meet all your financial needs. Even if the man is the one that has employed you or is the one that do not eat with 10 fingers. Save some of the money he gives you and invest it. Even if you're a full-time housewife, do something with your God. I tell them, don't take this broom. It was broom phone I was holding before Jesus gave me microphone. You're singing in the choir. Sing unto the Lord. Do it as if this ministry, nothing must happen to it. You are playing the drums. It must never be dirty. My junior sister, it's only my brother that is in between us. Same father, same mother. She got married. She served me for 11 years. Got married. God helped her. It was a good wedding. And she didn't have a child. One day I went to the Lord in the place of prayer. I said, Father, why will Lola not have a child? She served me. She's been faithful. What's going on? The Lord said to me, every time the angel brings her baby, she was absent in church. I said, God, she's a church girl. She's always there. The Lord said to me, the angels have been instructed not to take her child to the main service, but to choir rehearsal on Thursdays. So when you're having your choir rehearsal, you think nobody is seeing you. There is a God in heaven. And is a rewarder. 1 Corinthians 15:58. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. That day when you fell off Okada, God saw it. Reverend may not see it. Mama may not see it. Nobody may see it. That day when your choir director shouted at you, didn't even know what you are going through, God saw it. The keyboard must not be dirty because it's unto the Lord. You clean it. You don't have a cloth to clean it. Use your time. Let God see it. I know what I'm talking about. It's unto the Lord. Life is more than sex. You will enjoy sex in marriage. In fact, you go tired. Just make sure these things are in place in your life. They're in place in your life. It will shock you. 1 Kings chapter 5 and verse number 4. Now, the Lord my God, 1 Kings 5:4, has given me rest round about, so that there is neither adversary nor evil occurrence. He's a God in heaven. He sees what no man sees. I've come to just top up what you have been taught about the mystery of sex. As a single person, keep your dignity. Serve God. Number 2, close one eye in prayer, open the other one in watching before you marry. Marriage can determine where you will spend your eternity. You cannot afford to marry just anybody. There are destiny killers. They are everywhere. Looking for who to devour. John 10:10. Close one eye in prayer, open the other one in watching. Sex will be fine. If you don't get it right, that is a problem. Number 3, marry from your tribe. When I say tribe, I'm not talking about Edo or Yoruba. I'm talking about the kingdom. You cannot go and marry one Alhaji because you think you are 43. Marry from your tribe. The prototype for choosing is in Genesis chapter 24. Marry from your tribe. Don't marry anybody that has nobody you can report him to. Someone that is not accountable. That is the brake system of your life. Any car without a brake system is prone to accidents. Don't marry someone that has no root, nothing. Number 4, don't marry a lazy person. Do not marry a lazy person. 11 a.m., the person is tying wrapper and still praying in tongues. Cha-cha, cho-cho, chich. Even the tongue is sick. What's all that? Don't marry a lazy person. And can I shock you? Those of you ladies that are saying, once I get married like this, hey, my own down. There's nowhere in the Bible where God says a woman should not work. Nowhere. Look at Proverbs 31. Look at that woman. Real estate, she was there. Gardening, agriculture, she was there. Look at her. When you have something as a woman, you add value to your marriage. No matter how wealthy your husband is. VAT, value added tax. It may be your brain that the man will be tapping into. You must be able to add value. When David wanted to marry Michal, the father-in-law said, give me 100 foreskins. David gave 200. If your husband were to repay your dowry, will he increase it or decrease it? That Michal was a good woman. There was a time God said to me, study the lives of women that didn't finish well in the Bible and in your contemporary world. I began with Jezebel. That woman, Jezebel, was a powerful woman. Most times, how we look at it, she's girlfriend, she's this, me. Because inside every experience, there is a blessing and a lesson. I searched her life. I studied it. Jezebel. That woman taught me commitment in marriage. She said to her husband, what's going on here? Why are you sad, oh king? The man said, he said, leave it. I will get it. That woman was a real politician. She sorted the man out, even though it was bad. I give it to Jezebel. Then I moved on to Delilah. That woman taught me how to befriend my husband. She taught me how to be romantic. The most anointed man on earth pillowed his head on somebody's laps. I need to study that woman. Some married women, they don't know how to befriend their husbands. Everything is spirit. They don't know how to dress. At 37, they look 67. Even if you don't wear jewelry or makeup, madam, upgrade now. Upgrade. And it's not everywhere you tie scarf to. Those one is sleeping with you. You are so used to scarf. Sleeping with you. My scarf, oh my scarf. Scarf every time. Scarf. And this terrible beret, the person that started that beret will stand before the throne of God in judgment. And it's for women only. Want to kill us? You must carry scarf as you are going to the market. Carry scarf in the bathroom. Carry scarf when you are having sex. What do you now? What is wrong in you? Must be presentable. It's important. This is what I brought for you today as far as sex is concerned. Because if you take care of these things, sex will be a child's play in your marriage. You will enjoy yourself. And those of you that are married, don't wait till your husband invites you before you have sex in your marriage. It is in the olden days. That's a sex, so because the man will think you're a prostitute. Lie. Ask him for sex. Look at your husband while you are having dinner. Can we have a flight to Jerusalem today? Enjoy your life. I pray for each and every one of you. You will matter in quarters that matter. In marriage, God will give you rest. And it shall be well with you. In Jesus' name.
All these are about spirit of violent weapon and I want to hear we do. So if me and you there like